English with Astronomy. Intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a place where we talk about science, clearly, simply, and with genuine curiosity. Today, we're kicking off a series of short episodes about space, astronomy, spaceflight, the laws of nature, and the structure of the universe. These are the topics we'll explore in our shows. My name is Jimmy, and joining me is the wonderful Suzie. Hi, tell us a little about yourself.
Hi, Jimmy, and hello to everyone listening. I'm Suzie. I'm originally from Oregon, and like many people, I fell in love with the sky as a kid. Outside the city, there were almost no lights, and in summer, I could stare at the Milky Way for hours. I live in Seattle now and work as a designer, but in the evenings, I often take my little telescope into the yard, a simple Dobsonian reflector. I love watching the moon, Saturn with its rings, and if I'm lucky, even M31, the Andromeda galaxy. What about you, Jimmy? Do you remember how your space obsession began?
I was about 8. I think it started with a question. If Earth is round, why don't we fall off?
Oh, that's a perfect question for an 8-year-old. I had a similar one. I asked my dad why the sun doesn't fall onto Earth if it's so huge. Do you remember what answer you got? Or did you figure it out yourself?
I don't even remember where I found the answer. I just know I loved looking things up in books.
That's so you, Jimmy. There's something special about finding answers on your own, digging until it finally makes sense. I had a similar moment. I found an old astronomy book in my grandpa's attic. It had amazing illustrations, planetary orbits, moon phases, solar eclipses. It felt like magic, only real. Do you remember the first book that made you feel that real magic of science?
I'd say the truest magic is right above us on clear nights, far from city lights. Of course, there are many thrilling books too, and I see you brought one with you. Are you going to read from it?
Yes, this is my star book, a collection of short stories about how people learned about the universe step by step. I think we should start at the beginning, how ancient peoples first looked at the sky and tried to understand what was happening there. Do you want me to read a passage from the first chapter? It tells how ancient cultures used the stars to navigate, measure time, and even predict river floods.
Perfect. But first, let me tell our listeners what to expect from this series, then we'll jump into the first episode, okay?
Of course, great idea.
Here's the plan, friends. First, Susie will read a passage from her star book, one story per episode. Then I'll ask a few questions to help you understand what you've heard. And to wrap up, I'll give a short recap of what we learned and remembered. That's the format for every episode. Ready, Susie? Shall we?
Let's go.